Good morning. We are working our way through the Heidelberg Catechism. We're in the third section, which is on gratitude, and specifically how our gratitude to God connects with the Ten Commandments. That we live out of these not because of some kind of obligation, not because we're trying to earn anything, but we do them as a way of responding to God's grace by wanting to live the way that He's teaching us to live. And what we find more and more is that the more we live into that, the more we engage with this, the more we actually see that this is more life-giving than going our own way. So today we're going to look at the sixth commandment. Sixth commandment, you shall not murder. So what is God's will for you in the sixth commandment? That I am not to belittle, insult, hate, or kill my neighbor. Not by my thoughts, my words, my look or gesture, and certainly not by actual deeds. And I'm not to be party to this in others. Rather, I am to put away all desire for revenge. I'm not to harm or recklessly endanger myself either. Prevention of murder is also why government is armed with the sword. Does this commandment refer only to killing? Is the next question. By forbidding murder, God teaches us that He hates the root of murder: envy, hatred, anger, and vindictiveness. In God's sight, all such things are murder. And our last question for today, is it enough then that we do not kill our neighbor in any such way? No, by condemning envy, hatred, and anger, God tells us to love our neighbors as ourselves, to be patient, peace-loving, gentle, merciful, and friendly to them, to protect them from harm as much as we can, and to do good even to our enemies. What I like about these questions and our focus today is that it can be really easy for us when we hear things like don't commit murder, and then we say, well, I haven't literally killed anybody, check. And then we can move on and forget about it. What we see in how Jesus talks about this commandment, what we see in how it's explained to us and filled out here in these questions, is that it's not just murder, it's all of those things that grow out of hatred and revenge and envy and jealousy, right? All of those things that cause us to view other people in that way, to treat other people in that way. It's everything that grows out from that same root. And this is what the third question does. It's not enough for us just to try and avoid doing bad things or maybe even feeling the anger against someone else. We're called to positively love and work for the good of other people. And there's an acknowledgement that can be challenging. And there's an acknowledgement that people can do things that hurt us and wrong us. Right? It ends with do good even to our enemies. To do that, we have to acknowledge that someone may be, if you're considering them an enemy, they may be considered an enemy for a reason. Right? Because of something in the interaction between you two, because of something that they've done. And that's not an excuse to kill. It's not an excuse to hate. It's not an excuse to say, well, I don't have to be patient or actively loving toward that person. God's way is a different way than the way that we naturally would go, or the way the world naturally tends to operate. We hear in this about protection that government offers from murder, and just why that is and how that's to work. But we see that's not the sum and total of what this looks like, and specifically what this looks like in the Christian life, that we are called to go further than just not murdering people, than just preventing murder of other people, than just preventing that same kind of harm or hatred for ourselves, that we are called to a law that's actively about loving and blessing and serving other people, especially those that it is most difficult for us to love. Because I believe that it's the things that are difficult that testify the most to the power of Christ and the reality of God at work in us. So it's a commandment that seems really straightforward. It's a commandment that seems like it's so easy to obey. Just don't kill anybody today. But can we go through our day without actively hating other people, without actively engaging in those negative or belittling thoughts and gestures? Can we go through our day where we are actively seeking the good of others and seeking to love and care for and bless others? That's when it becomes a process in us, and it becomes a journey in us. Grace and peace to you. Have a terrific day.